Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're getting me from. Today, I came all the way here with one message from the depth of my heart. You are not born by mistake. You are born on purpose and for a purpose. When I look at you today, your face here on earth represents a dream in the heart of God. Before your parents even met, God already had a plan for your life. He says in the book of Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." That means you are not just any other student. You're not just any other person. You're not just any other name on a register. You are a solution sent from heaven to make a difference on earth. We live in a generation that knows how to make a living, but we often struggle with how to find meaning. Many of us, we wake up and say, "I don't know who I am." You'll hear statements like, "I don't know what I want to do. I feel lost." Yes, you're surrounded by pressure to succeed, pressure to fit in, pressure to perform. But the truth is this: success without purpose is just motion without meaning. You can pass all your exams, get a good job, and even buy a car, but still feel empty in the inside. That is because real fulfillment does not come from what you earn, it comes from what you are created to do. At Global Peace Solutions, we teach something called the GPS formula. And just as a GPS helps you to find your way to a destination, your purpose helps you to find your way in life. God has placed inside of us something special. You can lead, you can sing, you can fix things, you can comfort others with words. Yes, we all have different gifts according to the grace that God has given to each one of us. When you look at David, he did not start as a king. He started as a shepherd. But he used his small gift, that is playing the harp, and even protecting the sheep. And God used it to train him for greatness. Your gift may look small now, but in God's hands, it is the seed of your destiny. Every purpose is linked to a problem. Think of Moses. He saw his people suffering in Egypt, and that pain became his purpose. Think of Nehemiah. When he heard that the walls of Jerusalem were broken, he cried, and that burden pushed him to rebuild the walls. Think of Jesus. He came because of humanity. It was broken, and his purpose was to restore humanity. So when something breaks your heart, that is not weakness, that is direction. The problem that moves you is often the one that you are created to solve. Purpose doesn't come from people, it comes from your Creator, who is God. The Bible says in the book of Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." You cannot know your purpose until you know the one who made you. Just like a phone cannot know why it exists unless it connects to its manufacturer, you cannot know your calling until you connect to God. When you spend time with God in prayer and in the Word, He begins to whisper to you your assignment. Let me share a story. There were two builders. One who built his house on sand and the other one on a rock. When the storm came, the one who built on sand collapsed, but the one who built on rock stood strong. And Jesus used this teaching to teach us that purpose is that rock. Some young people are building their lives on popularity, pleasure, and peer approval. But those are the sand foundations. And when the pressure comes, they crumble. But when you build on purpose, when you know who you are and why you exist, you can face any storm and still stand. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, thrown in prison, and forgotten. But his purpose called him to be imprisoned. The same gift that worked in the pit is the same gift that worked in the palace. Your purpose doesn't change with your position, it remains your identity. Esther was an orphan, but her purpose was to save a nation. When the time came, her uncle told her, "Who knows if you are born for such a time as this? And you too, you are born for such a time as this." Paul the Apostle thought his purpose was to destroy Christians. But when he met Jesus, his eyes opened and he became a world changer. When you discover your purpose, your pain becomes power and your past becomes preparation. When you discover your purpose, you stop competing and you begin creating. You stop copying others and you start being yourself. You stop chasing success and start living with significance. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 21 says, "Many are the plans in the heart of a person, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be faithful where you are. God's purpose unfolds step by step, just like sunrise. Let me remind you, you were born at the right time, in the right place, for the right season. Your purpose is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Thank you so much. Go and live on purpose.